Hi, I'm Bill Fitzpatrick. This is the Way of the Action Principles. A fellow I was in the Army with comes into my real estate office. This is 50 years ago. And he tells me that he wants to buy a house. What does he got to do? I said, well, you got to start with a down payment. How much money have you got? He goes, well, really nothing. How much do I need? Well, I'm thinking, I said, you need at least $3,000. He stops, he thinks for a minute. He goes, well, I'm laying carpet. Make about 170. I take home like 150, so 3,000. So that would take me 20 weeks. So I'll come back in 20 weeks and I'll buy a house. I'm like, all right, good luck. And he walks out. I'm never going to see this kid again. Almost 20 weeks to the day, he comes in with a brown paper bag and dumps $3,000 on my desk. I mean, he had moved home with his mother, he had parked his car, he had ridden a bicycle or whatever the hell he was doing, and, he had the $3,000, so now it was on me to find him a house. I said, what kind of a house do you want? He goes, oh, give me a good house. I said, well, maybe you should buy a two-family. Oh, yeah. I said, you have the tenant and pay the mortgage. And he says, oh, yeah. All that sounds good. So I just got a listing on this nice two-family house, and I show him the house, and he goes, okay, I'll buy it. It's like one of the easiest real estate transactions I was ever involved with. So he buys the house. He moves in. Now, over the course of the 50 years, of course, he's part of my farm now. So, I'm mailing out cards and doing all this stuff. And, 50 years I'm trying to get this kid to, he's not a kid anymore, to sell, you're interested in selling. After 50 years, he comes in, he goes, Bill, I'm going to take my money, sell the house, and move to Brazil. I go, oh, okay. He says, I don't know whether I'll have enough money from the house. I go, well, you're probably going to have enough money. I said, He said, would I have like a few $100,000? A few $100,000 in this town, a two-family house? I mean, I was thinking of, the kid's probably not going to get $1 million, but he's, probably going to net $900,000. So, I mean, he was like flabbergasted. Wow, $900,000. He said, you know how much I paid for the house? I said, He said, $27,500. And now it's worth, now I'm going to get $900,000 and I can, this money's going to go a long way in Brazil. I'm saying, yeah, I'm sure it will. He says, I was pretty smart buying that house from you, wasn't I? I said, oh my God, yes, you were. You were very smart buying that house, and congratulations, and enjoy the next phase of your life, the next adventure in Brazil. Take it you will from the story, discard the rest, improve yourself, help others. Okay.